Alright, and that's about as good as it's gonna get, so now we are pretty much set up to go here. Are you ready, Shin?
I am double ready. Triple ready.
Triple overtime. Alright, so we're gonna get started in about 40 seconds. Let's see how Tleprie fares, as he is the only racer currently in tournaments to have done 2 rounds straight in a row. So, I hope for his sake that it isn't gonna get any, like, jet lag of sorts.
I understand he's been practicing for a lot of the day as well, so...
Yes.
See if that has an effect.
I quote, "I've been practicing for the last 6 hours." That's a quote straight from Tleprie himself, so it's paid off. He's won his match just previously. If he wins this match, I should point out that he's going to be racing 3 times in a row. I would also like to point out that as we do our countdowns, I count down from 10 to 1. And I did 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, go. Whoops. You're going to be caught by surprise. Alright, so here we go. Tleprie versus Johnny. See what happens.
They do that in broadcasting too, by the way. They leave out the last number or 2.
Yeah, so that when they go live, it doesn't actually get caught up in the microphone, like, you know, just on the news, just like 1, and then...
Early arrow trap for Johnny. Let's hope this isn't a repeat of last time when he had terrible luck in the mines.
Tleprie immediately getting a snake pit, and as usual, choosing to get the Matic from it, and I think Tleprie is like one of the biggest Matic players so far, getting a bomb box as well, being treated very kindly by this game. Johnny with his own treatment, though, getting a compass and a bomb bag himself. So far so good for both of these guys. Of course, Johnny is down some health, but their resources are picking up fast.
And the Matic play is beginning.
Another Matic! Tleprie going into that snake pit. I don't know if that's a good idea.
It's probably going to dual wield them.
Is that not? Oh, and that's going to be 2 damage for Tleprie. Not paying attention to that last arrow trap, just assuming they're all triggered. Unfortunately, did not end very well for him, so that's too bad. He's going to get a crate here, which is going to have a 3rd Matic! 3 bombs. I lied. Johnny having a clear lead here, though, but you know, Tleprie quickly moving on afterwards. Johnny ahead by an entire level at this point.
Both players at half health due to becoming pin cushions. Oh, whoa. I'm sorry.
Tleprie skipped ahead and apparently took some damage in the midst of it and buffered a bit for me, and is now with some spiders at 1 health, which is kind of spooky.
Scary situation.
Skeletons. These scary skeletons, man. Oh! And Tleprie is going to go down at the end there. Ouch!
Decided to try to take on that ceiling spider.
Yeah, unfortunately did not end very well for him. He is now back to the -1 -1. Johnny, however, feeling a little bit better, got back up to 3 health at the very least. He's gotten 1 damsel. He's progressing through the jungle pretty well so far, onto 2-3 without much of an issue at all. We'll see if Tleprie gets yet another Matic at some point here.
Well, he did get a bomb bag, and that'll help a little bit.
Yes. Using to go for the Uchida, interesting. Using a bomb for it, maybe,
I think this is the 2nd time he's done that, too.
Yeah, I think Tleprie has some pretty... Wow, okay, nice spider jump. I think there's some pretty repetitive things from Tleprie, but, you know, if you can be consistent with it, that's a good idea. Johnny moving on to 2-4 at this point. Very large amount of levels ahead. I believe Tleprie is moving on to 1-3. Yes,
that is correct.
He's 5 levels behind.
Looks like Johnny's looking to pump his health back up to beginning max.
Yeah, and there he goes. 4 health onto the ice caves with a few extra resources and notably enough a compass. And there's some cave opportunity here. Yeah, he chooses not to rob it. That's a fairly good idea. Not much going on in that shop. Of course, cave climbing gloves is a pretty solid setup for mobility, but it's not necessarily worth the danger of a shopkeep.
It was a 50-50 shot there. I think whether he should have taken that or not.
Alright, well with this lead he doesn't need to speed up with that cape or anything. As long as he keeps this steady pace, he will take the win for this round.
Unfortunate arrow trap situation here for Tleprie.
Yeah, ouch. He's going to take 2 damage there. I think a rope was in order there. Alright, Tleprie moving on to the jungle as Johnny is currently traversing 3-3. Johnny is actually pushing his lead a bit further. He is now 6 levels ahead as opposed to the 5 that was previously the situation.
We might need to make that 7 here.
Ooh, Okay, that was close. Tleprie, I-framing through a Tiki Trap at 1 health, barely surviving it, nearly getting hit by a rock, I think, as well. A little bit worrisome. 1 health is, you know, all mistakes are fatal at this point.
Well, he did put some kind of strange beast into the exit, which might have given him 1 health for some strange reason.
That's true. He's in the dark level, though. I think it's looking a little bit better for Johnny than it is for Tleprie. However, Johnny dealing with a terrible, terrible Anubis spawn. That's very unfortunate.
Looks like he managed to push through.
Yeah, he's got it. I would have used a bomb, but Johnny's strategy there actually saves him a bomb, and at not much of a cost to him, too. Ooh, and there's a mummy jump. That scared me. I thought he wasn't going to time that. He kind of hesitated a bit, but he makes it anyway. So, bravo to Johnny there.
He's having much better luck than he did last time.
Yes, that's for sure. Tleprie faring no better, though. Trying to kill a queen bee, having a bit of a hard time with it, actually. Trying to cook bombs, just not working out, man. And now the queen bee is set free. Uh-oh. This may be the end of Tleprie's run here.
See if he manages to get himself stuck. Oh, hey!
What?
I did not know that that was a thing.
What? What?
Yeah, apparently the queen bee decided to spike herself.
What?
Learn something new every day in Spelunky.
I'm baffled. What?
Meanwhile, Johnny is into Olmec. I'm sorry you're still stunned, though. I do apologize.
Speechless. How? I just... What? Tleprie, however, taking a... Wow, that was Rube Goldberg if I've ever seen it.
An absolute cluster of a tiki village there.
Taking 6 damage individually each time. Oh my gosh. That... Oh. Wow. So, Johnny, finishing up his run here. Seriously, man, I didn't know that was a thing. I'm shocked. I'm really, really shocked. Alright, let's see if Johnny pulls off the Olmec kill. That was a little bit scary right there. That could have led to some spawns, which would have messed up Johnny, but he's doing the teeter just fine, and,
takes
he
the
moves
win.
off. There he goes. Johnny's gonna win this first round here. Gonna take it away from, Tleprie, who taught us a bit about the queen bee. That's for sure. Johnny takes the first win. Done and crashed. Nice, nice. So Johnny has crashed. And just as Johnny crashes, like, coincidentally at the exact same time, the soundtrack breaks, so... Alright.
I don't see any commentary, aside from one, about the queen bee, so I'm not really sure if that's a thing that most people already knew about. Wouldn't be surprised, but...
I don't think I've never seen that. Let me just say that. I've never seen it. But, who knows? I mean, I have friggin', like, I think it's near 1,800 hours at this point, and I didn't know that was a thing!
It's something to try to replicate and see how it works.
Johnny at this point is back into the game, so we're gonna get started in about 40 seconds here.
Walls are beginning to shift.
And they will shift no more now that Johnny has set that up. Alright. I'm excited. Maybe Johnny will take this 2-0. Maybe Tleprie will make a comeback, make it 1-1. We'll see what happens. I mean, last race Tleprie actually made a comeback, I believe. Did you win the first round? Yes,
I did win the first round, and Tleprie made an excellent comeback. Now, if Johnny wins, though, if Johnny wins here, then we will indeed have a rematch.
Johnny could get revenge at this point. Mike is the one... no, Mike could get revenge, actually, is what I meant to say.
That's
Johnny is the one who eliminated Mike originally, first one to beat Mike in the races, and if Johnny wins this race, we're going to see some fierce revenge, possibly, or just, you know, getting beat by Mike again, but we'll see. Of course, if Tleprie wins, then Johnny just has to deal with it.
That's right.
Up to these guys, I need to adjust something real quick, because that any percent is a little bit awkward now that I've finished the joke, so there we go. Much better.
Tleprie grabbing the key again.
Yeah, what's
Seems
up
to be
with
a
that?
theme. Perhaps he's looking for crust items.
True. You know, you never really think think about that. That could be a huge advantage if it does end up happening at the right time. Like, you can find a Matic and bam! Yeah, you have a bunch of, you know, options to destroy the level. I think, Tleprie might spend a lot of time to get that Uchidai, but never mind, he won't. Gonna move on to 1-3, I believe, is the level he... maybe, possibly? Yeah, 1-3.
A little behind Johnny, yes.
Johnny, however, with haste and a compass. Alright. Tleprie actually taking a bit of damage there from fall damage, I believe it was.
Almost took some more, but managed to skillfully whip that back the last second.
Yeah. Johnny's at 5 health. His resources are pretty solid. Not bombs or ropes necessarily, but everything else is fared pretty well. Cobra just removing a scorpion for Johnny. The game's just helping him out at this point.
It looks like both players are poised to enter the jungle at a fairly similar pace.
Yep, they entered at like the exact same time for me. Only difference being the amount of time they took to enter the door. Alright, 2-1. Let's see how the jungle treats these two guys. Tleprie's at a notable disadvantage here as far as resources go. I think Johnny, though, in general, is playing a little bit slower than Tleprie is. Of course, Johnny moving on before Tleprie does, proving me wrong. Tleprie getting more ropes after using just about as many to reach it.
Johnny getting a lot of good damsel spawns.
Yeah, up to 7 health at this point. Right, and with a very fast 2-2, Johnny will be moving on to 2-3 with 3 more bombs as well. Tleprie moving through 2-2 himself and is actually going to move on to 2-3 too, even faster.
They're staying neck and neck.
Yeah, this is pretty close. No definitive advantage for either of these guys. Johnny does have the compass, but Tleprie's playing pretty well without a compass himself. Using a bomb here, I'm going to assume? No, he's going to go around. Alright. Johnny's going to get a clear lead with this pretty long level Tleprie has.
That is an incredibly windy level.
Yeah, that's not good at all. That snail is in a terrible spot. Tleprie hand. No! No, he's not handling it well. He ends up dying to the tiki trap. Ouch. And that is too bad. Contract breaking. Let's resolve that real quick. So, Tleprie's going to go back to the beginning of the game while Johnny is currently entering the ice caves.
Once again, in a very good position to take this.
Yeah. If he plays as well as he did last time, this might be just going straight to Johnny. Definitely faring much better than he did during his finals matches, which makes me feel a little bit bad that unfortunately the tides have turned in such a poor way. But hey, he has a chance to make it back all the way to the championships.
And that would be another rematch for him if he manages to win both.
Yeah.
With Fishy.
I would kind of like to see Johnny come back and win it all after his defeat against Fishy. Tleprie robbing a shop with the mystery box containing a jetpack, but sadly, if Johnny rather finishes his run, it won't matter. Talk about getting close with that shopkeeper, jeez.
The temple is yet to go for Johnny, so anything could happen. This could be what makes the difference for Tleprie here.
Yeah.
Something happens.
4th of July, covering up a lot of threats there for Johnny. That was a little bit scary to watch, actually. Taking a bit of fall damage there. Not a huge deal with his 7 health, but, yeah. To avoid that landmine, I suppose it's a good choice considering his bomb count.
Definitely.
Alright, so here's the temple. So far, so good. Looks like he's poised... Oh! To take arrow damage and not a caveman damage. Place a bomb to speed up the level by quite a large amount.
All those turned in damsels are paying off here. He's still at 4 health.
Yeah. Had he not grabbed the damsels at the beginning of the game, he'd be at 1 and, wow! Just being fancy at this point, backflipping that scorpion for pretty much no reason. Fair enough. Prayers to Kali for Johnny. Interesting.
That's gonna help.
Yeah, it's a pretty good Prayers to Kali level. Shorten it to just 2 columns. I think. No. Shorten it to 3 columns. He just got a bit lucky. And unfortunately, Tleprie dies to the shopkeep on level 2-1, so he's going to return back to the mines 1-1 again. It's starting to look like it's very much in Johnny's favor.
Definitely. The jetpack strat's not paying off quite as well as they did last race.
Yeah, we'll see. Johnny having to deal with a very odd situation with not only a thwomp, but an arrow trap here. And a caveman and a tiki trap. A little bit of everything for your Spelunky needs, you know?
That's a Spelunky temple.
Alright, and a thwomp tiki trap situation with a Ooh! Not only was
Couple
Johnny,
pixels.
not only was Johnny bombing into the wrong area, but unfortunately he runs straight into the swamp and goes back to the hub area. So the final farthest level so far is 4-3 set by Johnny. Tleprie buying a compass to try and help himself out, and now at this point, this race is evened out once more.
Yeah, it's pretty much anybody's game, although Johnny does have the lead at 4-3, I believe.
As long as Tleprie can make it to Olmec, he will take the lead, and if he beats Olmec, then he just wins. The round, of course, not the match.
Very true. Compass for Tleprie.
Another one. That's the second one. He purchased one, and then I just got another one later, so, you know, double compass.
There's another one at the shop. Maybe
Hey,
you should
take
pick it up.
Yeah, pick it. 3 times the compass, 3 times the detection speed, you know?
I think there should be an arrow on the screen for each compass you have.
Oh my god, then we'd have compass runs where it's like, fill up the screen with as many arrows as you can.
Absolutely, that's going to be a new Moss too.
Alright, so at this point, Tleprie is a level ahead of Johnny, pretty much maintaining that exact lead for all of the mines. That a restless for him, and he's going to grab that crate, get a parachute.
And instantly use it.
Yep, that saved him. Fully worth it. And yeah, that's interesting. He actually took advantage of the Ashgrave there and is going to grab himself a shotgun.
I'm surprised that hasn't been a more often used strategy on this.
JohnnyLeven has some Dead or Restless as well. These are very paralleled runs so far, including the level feelings at this point too.
Yes.
Dead or Restless for Tleprie right now. Huh.
Second Dead or Restless?
That's the second Dead or Restless for Tleprie. So I'm just going to call it Johnny's Dead or Restless. Oh, that would have been such a great highlight. Rip. Alright, so...
Your mistake was that you tried.
Yes, I shouldn't have said anything. Lucky caught on. And Tleprie is also done with his Dead or Restless, so back to normal levels for these two, and Johnny making up ground slowly but surely. I think Tleprie's actually slowing down by using the shotgun in such frequency.
It does slow the pace a bit, although it makes things a bit safer.
Yes. Alright, Johnny, continuing to push this run a bit faster. He's moving on to a 2-4, just as Tleprie's moving through it, and Tleprie's level is pretty slow and very... Wow, there's a lot of tiki traps.
Dense area of tikis.
Although Johnny also having a bit of an awkward layout to deal with. Let's see how he takes it on. That's the pip counter as well for Tleprie there. Ooh.
Yes.
Ooh! Ooh! Oh! Johnny is dead on 2-4. With just 6 minutes on the clock, Johnny's going to have to make sure he doesn't die late game again, otherwise that might be his last run.
Puts Tleprie in quite a good position if he can avoid dying.
It's true.
Johnny going for the damsel strat again.
Alright, Tleprie's in the ice caves. So far, so good for him, too. A little bit of random explosions going on, a bit scary, but Tleprie seems to be just fine with it.
So far. And the compass or 3 that he picked up are showing their value.
Yeah. Both of them, actually. Both of them individually helping him with the same arrow.
Double your effort.
Alright, and Tleprie continuing to have some fairly easy ice caves, grabbing some gold out of the air from a bouncy platform. Johnny himself moving on to through the mines pretty well, only down a bomb at this point, actually obtaining paste. Maybe that has to do with each other, you know, using the bomb to get the paste from a giant spider, perhaps. I didn't catch it, so...
That's probably something that probably could have possibly happened.
I agree somewhat in a little bit of a way, kind of, ish.
Yes.
Alright, so Tleprie at this point on 4-1. Maybe we'll see some tie up here. Maybe we'll see a comeback from Tleprie.
Tleprie goes down to a tiki to the Achilles heel.
I need to stop talking about things. As you said, Tleprie is now dead, and with just 5 minutes-ish left on the clock, he needs to restart. Oh, PS2 is saving, sorry. Oh, man. Tleprie has just enough time to make an impact on the race if Johnny doesn't make it to Olmec here. I don't know, he has to go fast. Tleprie needs to go fast. I'm going to inform them that there are about 4 minutes left so that he does know and does push a bit.
I don't know if anybody can hear me, but
I do hear you.
I certainly can't hear Hectic anymore.
Perhaps that's because I muted my microphone on your end. Hello.
Welcome back.
Hello. I am a fool. Station.
I was about to panic there, and I also understand that apparently the two of us are on fleek. I'm not sure what that is, but
I agree.
I'm afraid that you're right, Yelnats. We are.
Okay, so now that we both know that we're talking, I did not have an outage. Thank goodness. An outage at this point would be just tragic, and I wouldn't know what to do about the tournaments. But Johnny having a very steady lead on 3-1, as Tleprie's moving on to 2-1. Therefore, 4-level difference between these two guys. With 3 minutes 30 seconds on the clock, both of them have time to make it to the end of the game.
There is time, although it would take some rushing on Tleprie's part.
And there goes a Matic. That is the second time in these races where we've seen a Matic flying through the air at the end of a level. That actually happened during one of the races where neither of the commentators caught it, nor did the racer, nor did anybody. I think it might have actually been to Tleprie, where a Matic was revealed at the end of a level and nobody caught it.
I do remember something like that. Tleprie down.
Ooh, Dead Are Restless. This race is going to go to Johnny, which means Johnny is going to take the win. And we're going to see the rematch, Mike versus Johnny. We'll see if Mike can get his sweet, sweet revenge on Johnny, or if Johnny will once again take down Mike.
I'm excited for that.
Yeah, so, yeah, 2 minutes and 40 seconds is unfortunately not enough for Tleprie to make it back to 4-3, which is the level that Johnny set. So Johnny is going to take the victory here. Johnny is going to move on and face off against Mike, and once we finish that, we'll determine who is going on to the Junior Championships as the loser champion, or elimination champion, rather.
So it sounds like our finals match will be one of two possibilities, and that would be a rematch of Fishy and Johnny, or I'm not sure if it would be a rematch or not, for Mike and Fishy.
Mike and Fishy have never interacted, no.
Either way, it will be very interesting.
So Johnny is going to die on 4-1, I believe it was, and once again, this race is going to go to Johnny because Johnny made it to the farthest level. So congratulations to Johnny for winning. Our apologies to Tleprie. He is going to be eliminated from the races as he does not have a chance anymore. Make a comeback within the time allotted. So congrats to both guys. Great job by both of them. And Johnny is going to move on and continue racing next round, which is going to be Johnny versus Mike. And that is Junior Elimination Finals, which means there's going to be a bit more races. It's going to be best 3 of 5, and it should be super exciting. So get hyped for that. We'll set it up on stream real quick. Shin, I believe you'll be sticking around for commentary for that too, right?
If you want to put yourself through that, yes.
Yes, I do.
If you want to put everybody else through that as well, then yes.
I mean, they've dealt with my voice at this point, so I think they can handle yours.
Oh, I'm not worried about my voice.
As this last minute is finally grinding down, this is totally in Johnny's favor. So we'll see Johnny go against Mike.
So, how about those Spelunky races?
They're pretty terrible.
For the most part, yes.
Yeah, I don't know. Should get some better people to actually organize them, personally, I think.
Organizer's pretty bad, and I think anybody using sloths is pretty much a disgrace
Yes.
to the community. And that's not directed at the player who eliminated me only. I believe there were a couple of other sloth players. One that I commentated on, who was also a pretty terrible person.
Alright, and last 3 seconds here, this race is going to go to Johnny.